We're going to do a little bit of training on the naked dog, for the naked dog badge, okay? I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about it, about training your dog, and then we'll actually I want you to do a couple things with your dog, and then we'll actually go ahead and test your dog for the badge, okay? Generally speaking, what the naked dog means is that your dog is off leash, okay? And in most cases, you can train with your dog off collar too, okay? So there's no collar, no leash, and you can leave it on for now if you need to. But when we actually do the training and when we do the testing, you want your dog to be naked, okay? In the Dog Scouts, again, you can test with a collar, and that's okay. All right? So what we're doing is I'm actually using operant conditioning to start with, and that's taking something that the dog has no idea what it means, okay? And we want to pair it with something. So we could use a clicker, which we'll be talking about. You could use the word yes, an easy word, and we're going to be pairing that with food so the dog understands that when they hear a click, they're being reinforced for something. And like I say, in most cases we'll probably use food, and then we're going to be going through a primary reinforcer, and again, normally we're using food because it has intrinsic value to the dog. Once the clicker becomes paired, it becomes now a conditioned reinforcer. All right? If you have any questions, feel free to stop me and ask me. What we're going to do, and I know you've already done this, but I just want to make sure we explain it to you, make sure we're on the same page. I want to talk a little bit about clicker charging. All right, I'm going to explain what clicker charging is. And it's really easy, and I think the dogs love it, because all you do is you take your clicker and you click and treat. Okay? So it's click, treat, and that's all you do with your dog. In most cases, your dogs can learn this in one session, but I generally tell people to go through this 2 or 3 or even 4 sessions, and then you test your dog. If all of a sudden he's not paying attention to you, and you click, and he gets all perked up and kind of excited, then you know he's clicker charged, and we're ready to move on to the next step. Okay? And one of the things that works is now when you click for that good behavior, the dog's brain will instantly file that information. So it helps in the training process. Now, one of the 2 ways we're going to be working with is shaping and luring. All right, what shaping is you're catching your dog doing something. We were talking about that earlier today, and so if you were walking around your house with your dog, you're just going to go ahead and have your clicker with you, and you can have some food with you. And say we want to work on a bow with your dog. So say he's tired, and he's kind of stretching on his own. You could actually capture that, and you could click for that bow and actually give him a treat. So that was actually what shaping would be. In that case, again, the timing is really important. You wouldn't want to say, oh, I didn't see what he was doing when he starts to get up and click, because now you're actually clicking for him getting up, and you're not actually clicking for the bow. So the timing is extremely important. So if you're late and you missed it, don't click. It's just, oh, I missed it, move on to the next time. Okay? It doesn't matter that the treat comes after the click, because the dog, through clicker charging, has learned, oh, I did that right. So your treat could be a couple seconds late. I mean, sooner the better, half a second, 1 second, but it can be later, and your dog is still gonna understand what's going on. The next one is luring, and there we're gonna take that piece of food, and say we were gonna teach a sit. You can take that piece of food and basically raise it just above your dog's head, right in between their ears. And what happens is the dog is going to raise their head, and in a lot of cases their butt will go down. So as soon as their butt goes down, now you would actually click for that, because that's what you're looking for, is that sit. All right, so that would be luring your dog into position. And we were doing that earlier today when we were working with heel. We were luring our dog into the heel position. Okay, any questions? No. Cool. Okay, so we just talked about that. We click as soon as your dog butt hits the floor. Some of the clicker advantages is there's no tonal inflection. And what I mean by that, who knows, it's been really hot around here. And I mean, I know sometimes if I'm tired and I'm really hot, you kind of get cranky. And it's like, oh, but I have to work with my dog. And it's like you come in and you're really not in the mood and you're kind of cranky. Well, that, even you being upset, even though you're having fun with your dog, can come through. And they're going to say, are you mad at me, Mom? And he says, no, you're tired. You're not mad at your dog. So using a clicker can get rid of that tonal inflection, which is really nice. Okay? It is instantaneous. I mean, it's just click. All right? It takes that split second, and the dog is set. Okay? And once conditioned to the click, the dog will actually work harder. I know for me, if I've got my 4 dogs and I pick up a clicker, I have automatically 4 dogs sitting in front of me saying, what do you want me to do, Dad? So it is really nice to do. And I say the clicker can work like a school bell. As soon as you bring that clicker out, it's like kids going to school and they're playing, they're having fun, and the school bell goes off and oh, it's time to go to work. All right, time to sit down and listen to what's going on. So I explain it to people that way. Okay. There are some clicker rules. All right, 1 click, 1 treat. All right, and I tell people if that clicker is in your pocket and it goes off because you sat down, you need to treat your dog. Okay, 1 click, 1 treat. Don't let kids play with the clicker. I mean, if they're sitting there going click, 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 and your dog's not getting anything for it, then guess what? I mean, he's going to say, well, that doesn't mean anything. I don't get any food for it. So you could have trained for weeks using a clicker, and somebody playing with a clicker can ruin your dog in a matter of minutes. Okay, so keep that in mind. You never want to click too close to their ear because it is very loud. Make sure that your dog is clicker charged before you start using it for training purposes. And you don't want to necessarily name the behavior as you're starting. All right, quality is more important. I tell people, look, lure your dog for that sit, click and treat. I don't even speak during that time. And it works really easily. Any questions on any of that, Mary Frances? No. All right, so we're going to take a break real quick here, and then we're going to go ahead and start working on the actual testing. Thank you.